Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the lesser-known but historically significant armored vehicles of the early Soviet era, the T-24 tank. This machine represents an intriguing chapter in the evolution of Soviet tank engineering, serving as a bridge between the light tanks of the 1920s and the heavy armor that would come to define the USSR's military presence in World War II. Although only a handful were ever built, the T-24 offers a fascinating glimpse into the priorities and technical ambitions of the Soviet Union during a time of rapid industrial and military modernization. At first glance, the T-24 strikes you as a vehicle designed with both ambition and experimentation in mind. Developed in the late 1920s and entering production in 1931, the T-24 was conceived as a medium tank, providing a greater balance of firepower, protection, and mobility than the light tanks that had dominated Soviet armored forces until that point. It was produced at the Kharkiv Locomotive factory, which at the time was quickly becoming the beating heart of Soviet tank development. While only 24 units were completed, the design philosophy behind the T-24 laid groundwork that would influence later designs like the T-28 and ultimately the T-34. The core structure of the T-24 was made of riveted armor plating, an industry standard at the time. Its armor thickness ranged between 8 mm and 20 mm, which, though modest by later standards, was a step up from its predecessors. It offered limited protection against small arms fire and shell fragments, which was typical of tanks in the early 1930s. The design wasn't intended to withstand heavy anti-tank weaponry, which had not yet evolved into the powerful calibers seen later in World War II. The armor layout was basic, featuring flat plates arranged at vertical and horizontal angles, which unfortunately did not optimize deflection of incoming rounds. One of the most distinctive visual elements of the T-24 is its multi-tiered turret system. The main turret housed a 45mm 20K gun, a decent caliber for the era, and was supplemented by several DT machine guns, which were mounted in auxiliary positions across the tank, including a front-facing machine gun and side gun ports. This allowed for 360-degree suppressive fire, giving the tank a degree of versatility in infantry engagements. For a 1931 design,